I'm going to be brutally honest, guys. I did not love this movie. I feel like A Quiet Place should not have been turned into a franchise. I understand the thought process behind it, but it's one of those movies that just work better as a indie movie, a small independent movie, that happens in a confined space. And a perfect example is the first movie, 2018's A Quiet Place. There was a lot of mystery around the movie. It was shrouded in mystery. It's like a movie that nobody says anything, There was this whole hype and idea around it. A simple idea that was executed very well by John Krasinski and brilliant acting by Emily Blunt, That's why that movie worked so well. Look, I'm not saying the second movie is bad because it was entertaining, but it's one of those movies, it should be a one of one, That's the movie I revisit the most. It's the one movie that I go back to the most because I feel like it's an absolute classic of the genre. Horror, small indie movie, it works very well. Now, with that being said, Day One tries its best to deliver something that's on a larger scale, a mega budget, big movie that still retains some of those elements, but frankly, it doesn't work that well, guys. Now, let's dive into the movie. The movie focuses on Sam. Sam is played brilliantly by Lupita. Look, I'm a massive fan of Lupita. I think she's a brilliant actress. So, she's terminally ill. She doesn't have a lot of time left. Now, they go on a trip to New York City. And the one thing that she craves the most and wants the most, it's just another moment to have a good slice of pizza. Later on, it's explained the importance of going to this particular pizza joint. Now, things, the monsters that we know from the original movie, they just show up in a larger scale. At some point, they had to show us how this happened, but I feel it was unnecessary. We didn't need that. Some things are better just shrouded in mystery. Now, this is the big movie. They show up, explosion, people die, it's in the middle of a city, so everything is just crazy. They bomb the bridges, just to keep people from the whole thing not spreading, So she decides, what things look bad. I'm already dying. I'm terminally ill. Let me just continue with my quest to find the pizza joint. Now, she has a cat, and, there's just these few scenes where it's tense. Okay, but it doesn't work the same like it does in the original. I'm going to keep reverting back to the original because that is the template. It's the blueprint. So it's on a bigger scale. She bumps into this guy, he's studying law. His name is Eric, played by Joseph Quinn. You guys might know him as Eddie from Stranger Things, and also he's been cast as Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four. So he's a good actor, and the two join forces, on this trip, and that's about it, guys. That's it in a nutshell. Now, it's not a bad movie. Don't get me wrong, guys. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think that it wasn't necessary for this movie. Could have given us another smaller story, because it works better in that space. I don't want to see the queen of these monsters, and, there's a lot of things in here that just turns the whole thing into a big budget franchise movie, and I didn't want that. And I'm sure a lot of fans would agree. Some might disagree, but I'm not a massive fan of this movie, guys. I was actually expecting more, and I don't know, the hype around it. It wasn't as good, and, people were not anticipating this movie as much as the hype that was around the first movie. So I'm going to be brutally honest, guys. I feel like this is John Krasinski's baby, and he's the one that should be hands-on with this. Now, he went and he made Imaginary Friends, and I feel like he should have been involved much more in this than just handing it over to somebody else to direct. And I feel like it lost some of that brilliance and that spark and that essence that it had when he was directing. And if you look at A Quiet Place Part 2, that particular movie had also a sequence where they show up when they're having this baseball match, and I feel like that was enough. It kept that aspect, but then it was still a very small movie, and this is just another example of you don't need to do this. Sometimes you might tarnish the legacy, or you might suck out the fun out of the whole idea by doing this. Some movies should just remain in the purest form as they are, and people should go back and be able to enjoy them. Not just bring out franchise movies back to back, another sequel, and what are they going to do next? Where are they going to go next? I'm sure there's another movie in the pipeline. I don't know, guys. And when it comes to giving this one a rating, guys, I'm giving this a 2 out of 5. I'm just being honest, guys. I didn't love this movie. It's okay. It's an okay movie, but it's not what I wanted, guys, honestly speaking. And I mean, like, you have Lupita and Joseph, two amazing actors that they do some of their best work, in terms of just elevating the script, but the script it's lackluster. So I appreciate the fact that the actors, went out on a limb just to make the best out of the material here that they've been given, And that's it for me, guys. Please let me know what you guys think about this. I mean, like, I might not be the only one that feels this way. I just want A Quiet Place to go back to being quiet. Just keep it quiet, don't talk. Not, Hollywood, let's go. Michael Bay. I don't want that for this particular franchise. And that's it for me, guys. Please comment down below. Let me know. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, guys. And we'll catch you on the next video.